So this brings me no pleasure at all to say this because I was looking forward to, the beta and the full release. But Shinobi story, which I've done on my channel numerous times. In fact, my last one was February 20th, 2023. And Shinobi story beta announcement. And so I've been for a while, since 2022. So you can see not a lot, but quite a few. These are just the videos I made, but then I was playing a lot off camera, and I really enjoyed it. Um, and unfortunately, Vlad is announcing that apparently a company representing Activision Blizzard is kind of forcing them to shut it down, while you have things like Project Ascension still up and running. So, Vlad, come here for a second. Are you sure this company that you say is actually representing Blizzard, Activision Blizzard? Are you 100% sure? Because it sounds like just someone's trying to shut you down. Because you go on a Project Ascension and there's lots of people on there. And I don't say this in a way to minimize what you're doing with this, but you go on and there's really not that many people. There's like maybe 50 people on at any given time. So they seem to be threatened by a server that has 50 people on it at any given time and not Project Ascension that has quite a few. Um, Now, this isn't like what Project Ascension is doing. This is taking something like uh, the core of what World of Warcraft is and basically building something new. They make their own assets. Like this stuff, this isn't in the game. They made all of this. The village itself, do any of these textures or does it look like they were in World of Warcraft? No, these are all custom things. Um, from the talent system to the exploration, all these are custom. Monsters, you don't see any of those in freaking WoW. um Custom moves, you know so the fact that they're being forced to shut down when things like Project Ascension and Turtle WoW and still exist. Vlad, come on, come on. If you're truly passionate about this project, and I hope you are, you're gonna find a way to work around this. Because again, it's not nothing against the size of it, but the fact that this server that only had like 50 people on it at any given time is being forced to shut down, but other servers aren't. How are someone who represents Activision Blizzard, they seem to be so threatened by you guys? Come on. Come on. So I would really look into it, and I would also, uh, you know, I understand about donations and this and that, but uh, maybe just ask for donations. Don't say donations for in-game stuff because that's kind of frowned upon. I think Ascension WoW does it. Um, Project Ascension does it, and that's one thing. It's like, okay, you're taking our thing, but then you're allowing people to exchange real life money, real world money for in-game items, and then you're kind of profiting off. So you get the idea. So people donate. Don't have some kind of in-game items, whatever. You know. But if you're passionate about this, I would fight it because quite frankly, the fact that they're making you take this down while everyone else, all these other servers like Ascension have been up for years. In fact, hang on. And I did my first Project Ascension video in 2021. And then my last one was 2022. So they've been around a while. And it kind of upsets me that, I was looking forward to the beta. I was looking forward to the full release. I mean, I knew that there were raids and all that planned, dungeons. I was wandering around and I found a place. I'm like, oh, this looks like a place where a dungeon is going to be put. Um, and seeing everything built upon, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, Activision Blizzard feels so threatened apparently that they're ordering you to stop. Come on, something doesn't seem right here. Something's not quite right. Um, so you know, you know. Now you think of like Nostalrius. Now that was a threat to Blizzard. They were taking players from Blizzard and bringing them over to Nostalrius, where, you know. But this again, there's every time I played, there was only 50 people playing, or less, or less, and yet somehow Activision Blizzard ordered a cease and desist. Come on, come on. Because it's not like it's a copy paste like other things are doing. This is full on custom. This is custom. Even if some of the textures might be borrowed, a lot of it is custom textures. A lot of it is all, again, all handcrafted from, they're doing it themselves. They're doing it themselves. So, from the areas to the systems like this to, these huge monsters, the enemies, spells. I don't know. Like I said, something just doesn't seem right. So I would go back and make sure that the company apparently representing them is a legitimate company and not just like a YouTube type thing where, people pretend to be these companies to have takedowns of videos that they just don't that they don't like or whatever. It might be someone who might have been wronged by one of you guys in the past, and this is somehow their revenge. Getting it taken down. So you might want to look into it. But hey, that's just me. Um, but there's nothing wrong with what you guys were doing. Again, this is all custom stuff from the ground up. The only thing it's doing is going on the Wrath of the Lich King, uh, the core of it. But other than that, also, where was the Valley of the End? I wandered around for hours. I never managed to find that place. Where the hell was it? Like, where was I not looking? I mean, it's a huge place. You can't miss a huge freaking Hashirama and Madara statue. Where was it? I could never find the place. Uh, so let me know where that was, lad. Lad, my man, my good man. Please inform me where I could have found the Valley of the End, because I wanted to go visit one of the most historic places in the Shinobi world, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it, and I was so upset. I was looking forward to sitting on top either Madara or Hashirama's head, and overlooking the sights of the world, and I could never find it. So please tell me where I could have found it, because I have no idea. Um, Everywhere else I've been to, though, for the most part, except for this place. I think this place was new. I remember watching them model that place. Um, but yeah, I would look into this. I think, because if I remember, there were some problems with the team and this and that. So you might want to check to see if it was in fact someone who, if it was really an actual legit takedown or someone's just trying to get back at you. Because this Ascension WoW can be allowed to stay, and Hurdle WoW and all these other WoW servers, but you guys who really only had like 50 players on at a time or forced to take it down, come on. Anyway, Vlad, hopefully I hear back from you. And yeah, anyone else who is interested, who is playing it, sorry to, burst your bubble. But it's like Nintendo, fun detected, fun removed. Or rather, maybe, hopefully Vlad looks into this and discovers whether or not it was indeed someone who represents Activision Blizzard. And everything's settled, and, because it's a shitload of fuck. They seem to be so threatened by a small server. Come on. Come on. But I was looking forward to the beta, especially after, raids and dungeons were announced, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for that. I mean, I was kind of disappointed that I'd have to start fresh, but everyone was going to have to start fresh. But it's like, you know what? It's not like I was new to the game, so instead of wandering around aimlessly, not knowing what to do, I could jump in, like, okay, I'm going to get from level 1 to whatever level I can get to, and it'll be a lot easier. I've played the game, I know where things are, except for Valley of the End, which I never found. I know how to, talents and which one, my rotation for my talents and stuff like that, so it would have been a lot easier. And then I go on today to find this terrible news that it's been apparently shut down and it's not going to continue. Very, very unfortunate news for my ear holes. Very unfortunate. Well, actually, more unfortunate news for my eyeballs, because I was reading it, not hearing it. But, yeah. So, yeah, Vlad, I suggest you look into it. I really do. I suggest looking into it, because you might find that it's not actually legit, it is just someone who felt wronged in the past. That's usually what happens. That's usually what happens. Like, I remember the Renaissance Project and, Project Ura, for, like, Zelda Restoration. Like, Zeth, he was so fucking spiteful. Like, if the team had a disagreement, or he did, someone did something he didn't like, he would just erase everything. All the progress they've made, all the models, and this and that, he would just delete everything. And they had to keep restarting from the beginning, because Zeth was such a spiteful bitch. Because he wanted to be in control, and he felt that he knew what was best, and every time someone messed up or disagreed with him, he just deleted everything. It seemed like every month there was a thread about how Zeth deleted everything, and that the person found out, and that no one had any backups on their hard drive or USBs or anything, and they had to start all freaking over again. And that's one reason why the restoration project died, is because they had to keep restarting because Zeth kept deleting everything. So you might want to check to see if it's not just some spiteful person, because I've seen this kind of crap happen before numerous times. But yeah, if you've got like an Instagram or something, reach out to me so we can chit chat. Other than that, hopefully it's settled. I would love to see it continue. But anyway, for anyone else who's interested, sorry, bearer of bad news. But hopefully it'll be back. Put your faith in the light, and all is possible. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.